Hi everybody, welcome today. We're going to take a look and review and talk about this Nissan Murano today. My name is Nathan. Thanks for looking and joining with me. Appreciate you looking, watching, commenting, sharing your feedback and experience about maybe your ownership of a Murano. Always appreciated to be seen and heard from some others that have owned these cars or any car that I talk about and present, but we're going to look at this one today. This is a 2003. This is 146,000 miles. This has really, really good miles in my opinion. Look how nice and clean the headlights are in the front end on this. This is probably one of the nicest ones in existence in my opinion, but 146,000 miles, it's about half of what it should have when you really think about it and do the math. It's only about 7,500 miles per year on this. So it is low mileage, very, very clean, very, very nice, definitely good looking, great style, very economical. This is an original Nissan sunroof visor up here, gives it a nice look, and of course a little bit of functionality with that. This is all-wheel drive. This is an SL all-wheel drive, so it is very, very well equipped, other than leather interior, but probably a good thing at this point, because if it did have leather, it might not be as nice as the fabric is. 18-inch wheels, really good looking 5-star 18-inch wheels, definitely ahead of its time. It rides great, it drives great, everything works like it should. It's just very, very nice. This has only had 2 owners, has real nice history. The original owner had this for 18 years, a long, long time, 18 years. And then subsequent owner not as long, but that original owner surely, trying to stay out of the wind here, it's a little windy today. The original owner surely kept the miles down and low and preserved the low mileage. But it has great history, great service history, been well cared for, so I would make a separate video of me driving this and talking about what I like or anything I don't like about the way it drives, but it drives fantastic. It holds the road well. It's very well planted. It's something I like about it. You know, it's relatively heavy for its size, but it does give really good fuel mileage because of the CVT transmission. And you know, it's wide and it's relatively long for a smaller SUV, but it's still very compact and drives like a car. Feels like driving a Nissan Maxima, quite frankly. Yeah, so all-wheel drive, great fuel mileage, manageable size, great segment of a car for like a first-time driver in my opinion. Very easy to see out of, easy to manage, easy to park, easy to drive. And it's, you know, got nice safety features. It's all-wheel drive, it's got traction control, it's got side airbags, of course airbags in the front, but it's just a nice car, and a nice car at the price point. So let's talk about the recent service, and then I'm going to show you the inside. I swear it's gotten windier since I started making this video. So it has real nice Goodyear Assurance all-season tires on it. The tires have 7/32 even front and rear, so that's about 70% remaining on the tires on the front and the back. The brakes have 8 millimeters front and rear, so about 80% remaining on the brake life, front and rear. The service that was just completed, it got a new power steering pump. The original power steering pump was leaking a little and you know, starting to fail, so that got replaced. You can see how nice the brakes are here on the back. Again, 235/65/18, a pretty meaty tire for a small-ish SUV. So new power steering pump, new serpentine belts. There are 2 of them, so both belts replaced. The lift supports that hold up in the hood and the lift supports that hold up in the tailgate, which I'll show you once we open those compartments, those are brand new, so they won't fall down on your head. The exhaust resonator was replaced. Power steering fluid flushed, of course, with doing the power steering pump. A fresh oil change, and then all the other fluids and lights checked. Here's the other tires and brakes on this side, and then in its fairly recent past, there we go. In its fairly recent past, it has a lot of also notable items which I want to tell you about. It has almost 40 consistent service records on its Carfax report, but in the recent past, trying to avoid the wind, in the recent past, it has had new front control arms, and alignment, new brake fluid, and a new air filter, new front wheel bearings, new valve cover gaskets, spark plugs, and the transmission fluid was changed at 120,000 miles. So the transmission fluid was changed right on time. A lot of other new parts. Also, definitely lending to its cleanliness, this has lived in both Virginia and Maryland, and the original owner was the Virginia owner, so it went through emission testing there and in Maryland, and it's, you know, passed emission testing throughout its entire life. But definitely the Virginia and the ownership history certainly lends to how clean and nice it is. So with that said, let's take a look on the inside, show you some of the features here and get out of the wind a little bit. The interior is just as nice as the outside. Everything works. There is virtually nothing cosmetically on the inside with any type of wear. Look how nice the door panel, the fabric, very, very clean and nice. It has all of the original fitted floor mats. It has two sets of keys. Actually, yeah, two complete sets of keys. Look how nice this driver's side seat is. This is what I was saying about the fabric. You know, if this was leather, at this age, it might not be as nice, but this seat is nice and firm. I really like these seats. I'm going to probably, I'm sure, mention this when I'm driving it, but the seats are very, very comfortable. Nice and wide, nicely bolstered. They provide a real sense of security, and just the car is so well balanced that it's nice. It's just nice. The driver's side seat here is power. And then there's a button here to adjust the foot pedals, so you can see the pedals moving in and out on this. That may not be standard on the lesser models, but this is an SL, so of course it's the nicer. Factory sunroof. Look how nice the headliner is here. Very, very clean, very nice, no issues there. I like Nissan sunroof controls. You slide this back as far as you want it to open, and it will open accordingly. I slid it all the way back, but there it is. And then if you just wanted to shut it part way, you could bring it halfway and it'll come half and stop. That was the door slamming behind me. And then slide it forward for the rest of the way. And then the button here will tilt up for vent position and come down for to close. Original Nissan sunroof, original Nissan sun visor right there. The little antenna is the actual antenna, the little stubby antenna up there. A couple map lights here. Nice visors with vanity mirrors. And then the visor extensions on both, which is nice. Home link on the bottom of the rearview mirror. Auto dimming rearview mirror, compass in the rearview mirror, you can see right there, south. It has factory BOSE sound system, which is very cool for the time period. It sounds great. It doesn't have any aux or Bluetooth or any of that, but it has cassette here, has a CD changer here, has a subwoofer in the trunk that I will actually show you here shortly. And it sounds great. It has steering wheel audio controls to control all of that. Automatic climate control with dual zone if you wish. You just, push auto here and dial in your temperature, and it shows you up here on the screen what temperature you're on and adjusts everything accordingly. And then you can turn the fan down manually right there. Pardon my sniffling, it's a little cold. Let's see. So power mirrors here. All-wheel drive lock is like for extreme snow situations. Little compartments here for change and other things. Nice big cup holder right here. All nice and clean. There's a little tray up here. There's a power outlet over here. A lot of people don't realize that. Right there. So someone that I had talked to about this car, that's a perfect place to put one of those FM modulators that you plug into the power outlet, and it ties into the factory radio onto the FM station, so you can use Bluetooth phone and Bluetooth audio and things like that. That would be a perfect place to put one of those, out of the way, hidden. So just an idea. Back up here on the screen, so you've got the climate information, outside temperature, the time nicely displayed, the radio station you're on, and you know, there's different trip information, fuel economy information here, so you can, you know, click on that and see all kinds of different stuff. And then this is interesting, right? This is probably the worst thing I would say on the interior as far as a cosmetic flaw, this tiny little tear right here on the armrest. But this is very interesting. You push here and this slides forward. So it doesn't seem like much, but it actually is a nice amount of coming forward to make it more comfortable, especially if you're shorter and you need the seat closer to the steering wheel. Definitely makes it more comfortable. And then this button here on the side opens this to the side, and there's a strap here. You can stick your mail in there, and this is a really big compartment, so look how big it is already. This whole tray comes out. It's even deeper. I mean, it's like you could fit like a 12-pack of soda in there. There's another power outlet right there, which is a perfect place to put it, like a phone charger, and plug in there, and then come up through here, and there's a little space right there to put the cord out the front. So very nice storage compartment here, very well thought out in my opinion. Dashboard is big, but you know what, this sort of fishbowl bubble front, I'm telling you, is great visibility to see out, great visibility for any driver, but I always think about cars in this price range of being first-time drivers. Just nice, you know, just very, very much like a fishbowl. I mean, look how curved that front windshield is. It's very much feels like that, and it keeps you looking ahead, especially because there's nothing up here on the dashboard. It's just a big flat surface area. It keeps your eyes up rather than down, so I like it. Real nice leather wrap steering wheel here. Stitching is in great shape. The leather's nice and smooth and clean. There's no issues or any wear on this. Steering wheel audio controls, cruise control, everything works. Automatic headlights, fog lights, all works. There's our exact mileage, 146,342. Gas tank is full. So very easy instrument cluster, you know, very simple to look at and read. Just a great car. I do really like this car. Auto up and down front two windows, not the back, but the front two. Oh, and the keys. I had these new remotes made because the original buttons were worn. You couldn't tell which was lock and unlock. So again, it has two. See my fingers? Two keys and two of these remotes. So this is just one of the sets, but it does have two complete sets of keys. So there we go. Continue on here. In case for some reason you couldn't hear me when we were outside in the wind about the service, I'm just going to recap that again here. So it just had a new power steering pump, new serpentine belts, new hood lift supports, new tailgate lift supports, a new exhaust resonator, power steering fluid flushed, brake oil change, and all the other fluids and lights checked. Brakes have 8 millimeters front and rear, which is about 80%. Tires have 7/32 tread, which is about 70%. They're excellent tires. 38 service records on the Carfax report, showing consistent care and maintenance. Emission testing recent new parts, new front control arms and alignment, new brake fluid and air filter, new front wheel bearings, new valve cover gaskets and spark plugs, and the transmission fluid changed at 120,000 miles. I just want to make sure that you guys could hear me audibly say all of that. Move the seat forward a little bit. There's side airbags, which is awesome. You know, again, safety, first time driver. So look how clean and nice the kick plate and sill plate here is. Rear door panel, very nice. Back seat is super nice and clean, just as nice as the front. Here's the mats back here. So again, all pieces of the mats. There's a cup holder down here. Armrest comes down here. These seats fold very easily with the pull of this, or you can do it from the back, but boom, they go down flat very, very easily, up and down. Just nice and clean. Very, very clean body with no rust. But while I'm right here, I do want to point out there's a little bit of some rust bubbling that's been touched up here on the edge of the rear door jamb on both sides. Actually, it's kind of a common thing on these because it holds water in this area. So if it's kept clean and, you know, kept nice, definitely shouldn't get any worse. Nothing on the actual door, but just inside the jamb right there. So just want to point that out. But on the outside of the car, you don't see anything because it's inside there. Gas door area, very clean, nice. Now that we're back here, these lift supports is what I was referencing. These are brand new. They were a bit weak. You know, you don't want this to fall on your head when you open it. So there's those, nice and new. This is all nice and clean and tidy. Inside the jamb here. Same thing here. So yeah, when the seats are folded down, I can do that real quick to show you. Let's see here. So you can pull these levers here and here, and it will release the seats, and then you can fold them down. There's a lot of room here. I mean, really, once these are folded flat, of course you could release the seat belt if you wanted to get that out of the way, but a lot of room there. A lot of room to carry a lot of stuff, to fit things in. Again, look at the width. I mean, most small-ish SUVs like this, like a Honda CR-V or a Toyota RAV4, you know, they wouldn't be as wide. This is very wide, and it also lends to the way it drives, and it feels very well planted while driving. I'm sure you're going to hear me talk about that while we drive it. Nissan rubber cargo mat back here, kind of nice. Another power outlet back here, kind of nice. This is all very clean and nice. Lift this up. There's a little storage tray here to put things in. Lift this up again, and down under here you have a board to support this, but here's the spare tire, all nice and clean back in here. Factory seam sealer right there. Spare tire, there's the BOSE subwoofer that sits inside of the spare tire, which helps the sound system sound amazing. So there is that. Over here, there's a big storage compartment to put stuff, whatever you want, jumper cables or whatever you like to carry, flashlights, blankets. So there's that. And then on this side is the jack, the tools, that's the front license plate bracket. I took that off since we don't need those here in Ohio, but kept it in case anybody wants it. But everything's there like it should be, so that's all nice and tidy. And that goes back down, and that goes like that, and there you are. So here's the headliner from the rear. All right, let's continue and keep going here. Show you this. Put this seat up here since I haven't seen this. But this seat's just as nice as the other side. The fabric's all nice and clean. Also, I forgot to say this when I was first over there. This pull strap right here will actually recline these seats. So for a longer journey, You know, some of the reviews that I read about these cars, they talk about how the back seat is almost as comfortable as the front, and it really is. I mean, the seats are nice, they're thick, they're padded, they're comfortable, and then of course, when you can recline it like that, you know, it makes for a definitely more comfortable ride when you want to lay back. ISOFIX anchors for child seat here as well. So the normal stopping position is like right there, but then you can go back further. Backs of the seats, got the sun there. Backs of the seats, very clean, very nice, all good shape. There's this door panel, and then same thing here, very clean door jam. Same thing with a little bit of rust here on the edge, on the inside of the jam, and not visible on the outside. Passenger seat is manual, it is not power like the driver's side. Again, just as clean as all the rest. Final floor mat here, again, all of them. Owner's manuals are here, everything is here with the original case and everything. Very nice. Panel here. Very clean as well. Alright, well, that's everything on the inside. Let's take a look under the hood now. Try to get this wrapped up here. Don't like to go too long. Some people get bored of listening to me talk, but I honestly never run out of things to talk about on cars. But as we go into the hood, now I'm going to point out and talk about A, how quiet it is, and B, how well it runs. But C, this engine is extremely reliable, low cost of ownership, low cost of maintenance, and this 3.5, as you may know, and if you don't, now you will, this was used amongst many Nissan platforms. Nissan Maximas, Nissan Altimas, Nissan Quest minivan. A lot of people like the Z cars. A Nissan 350Z, same engine. Might be tuned a little bit differently, but it's still the same basic power plant. So very commonly used. And then of course, even amongst the Infiniti lineup, you know, the Infiniti G35, coupe and sedan in this time period had this engine. So very good engine, very used amongst a lot of the platforms. Another thing I didn't talk about when we were talking about the maintenance and the service, this engine uses a timing chain, so there is no timing belt, no need to worry about having to replace the timing belt, as long as you continue to care and maintain this car anyway, and any others you'd be looking at, if they've had proper care and maintenance with the oil changed with regularity, and the engine sounds good and sounds healthy, and there's no timing chain noise when it's running, you generally should be good with never having to replace the timing chain. So, great motor. Listen how clean and nicely it runs. Look how clean it is under here. Another thing I just remembered I forgot to say about recent service, the date is right there on the battery, so the battery's only a couple years old. Nice Napa battery. This starts strong every time. The auxiliary fans were just on, now they're off, but listen how quiet this runs. Bottom side of the hood here, also here's the hood lip. These lift supports are the ones that were just replaced so that the hood doesn't fall down. Bottom side of the hood is super clean. There's no rust. There's nothing negative. The hood pad is in great shape. I'm just gonna kind of stand right here in the center so you can listen for a moment. Let me see if I can rev it up a little bit. I'll give you a little more sound here. like to do that so you can hear that there's no obnoxious sounds or bad noises. Those fans will probably be coming back on now here. What else did I want to say under here? I think that's everything. Very, very clean, very, very nice. I can show you the headlights. So yeah, when you go to close this hood now with these struts being new, you really got to put a little effort into it. I can show you the headlights and fog lights turned on. The sun is right behind us, but there's a look with the headlights and fog lights on. Very nice. Very, very good looking SUV. I love a 5-star wheel personally, and I very much like the design of this wheel, the way it looks on this SUV. Just very, very nice. So I think that's everything I have to say. Also like the dual exhaust, now that I'm seeing the spray pattern of the water, the condensation that came out the tailpipes when I revved it up. That's just water. If you don't know, just from sitting there running, it'll develop condensation. And then you rev it up, you clean it out. But yeah, I like the look of dual tailpipes on the back, the shiny chrome tips. Definitely a good look. So take a look on my channel here for a video of me driving it, like I mentioned a couple of times. I will have that as well, and you can listen to me talk about it and drive it and tell you what I think and how nice it rides and drives. I can already tell you because I've driven it plenty, and it rides and drives excellent. Just a nice clean car. I appreciate you guys taking a look and leaving any comments or anything else you'd like to say, and we'll see you next time. All right, thanks again so much. Bye bye. Peace. Bye bye.